Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be looking at another long Reddit saga with lots of updates, and this time it's about a pretty dysfunctional relationship with a little bit of, or a lot of emotional cheating, and I think it's good. It's something that we're going to be able to learn something from. It's kind of like listening to a bit of juicy gossip if you want that as well. It's like sitting down with a friend and having a chat. And like I say, it's something that we can also hopefully learn something from and take something away from and learn not to make the same kind of mistakes in our own lives. But before then, I just wanted to jump in with a little bit of video I'm recording here on my phone, because today's another voiceover video, if that's okay. Because as you know, Kyra baby has been a little bit ill, well, quite seriously ill recently. And at the time that I recorded like the main bulk of this video, I thought she was getting better, I thought everything was okay, and since then she's had another seizure, which was terrifying and scary, and yeah, I'm still emotionally quite a bit of a mess, and she's gonna have a lot of ongoing vets bills and medication bills. So to kind of help raise a little bit of money for that, I've created a really cute new merch design featuring my little Kubi bear, which I sat down and drew myself, and it was meant to be her dressed as an elf, but then I couldn't get the hat right because it was like covering her ears, and I really want to see her ears because I love her ears. So in the end, I've just given her like a little elf costume, and I've made her jumping out of a little present, and it's really cute, and I really enjoyed making it and drawing it, and I thought it was absolutely adorable. And annoyingly, I was gonna like do a little time lapse of it and put it as like a members only video, but I forgot to record half of it. So I'm an idiot. The same thing happened when I was doing my snail design, and I lost like the first, well, in that case I only lost the first few frames of it, but in this I lost like everything except the colouring, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but sorry, I'm having a little wine here. Anyway, if you want to get your own little Koopmas t-shirt, I'm going to have them available on my brand new merch store, which is really, really exciting, until the end of December. You probably know I've had some major merch issues with Teespring, and I decided to just close my store with them completely, and there's a whole video about it if you want to check that out. I'm quite annoyed with them. And I've been looking for an alternative, and I found Fourth Wall, which I'm so far really, really impressed with. It's a lot more affordable. The merch is much higher quality. The whole website and everything just looks a lot nicer and is a lot nicer to use. It's a lot more straightforward. The shipping prices are way more fair and way more affordable, which I absolutely love for you guys. And what I really love is that in every order, you can get these little like thank you postcards in there from me and Kyra that's got like a cute little photo of us and a little thank you note from us. So you get that in every order, which I love. Like, I like that I can just give you guys those little extra bits as like a little extra thank you. So if you want your own little Koopmas t-shirt, they're going to be available in red, green and white, because Christmassy colours for little Koopmas, and they're available in like, there's like a thinner, longer, slimmer fit version, and then a slightly baggier, slightly shorter, like more loose fitting one as well. So you can decide which of the two that you want. They're both the same price, and all the profits from that I get are going to go towards Kyra's medication and vet's bills going forward, and just making sure my little princess is looked after, and also, you know, getting her some nice Christmas presents and treats because she's an angel. I've also got a few of my old like regular designs available on there as well, and I'm slowly moving other designs across, so you'll see them being added to the store in the next week or so, but I just wanted to throw that out there before we jump into the video and the voiceover. And also I think it's nice to open a video with my face to connect with you guys, because even though I can't be on camera full-time at the moment because of little Coopery, I do want to still, you know, have this connection with you guys before I just go into gameplay and voiceover mode. Anyway, enough of the self-promotion stuff that I'm terrible at. Let's jump into this Reddit video because, ooh, it's a good one today and I've got a lot to say about it. Oh, and also don't worry, I'm working on 2 big regular videos on kind of regular topics. I can't remember if I said in the voiceover what they're about, but they're going to be good ones, trust me. I'm working on them now. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are doing something relaxing again. I'm quite enjoying making these shorter little voiceover only videos at the minute where we look at some Reddit posts that have like little updates to them and like extra details and stuff. So basically they're like whole little stories where we find out something. I collected these like 3 weeks ago, so I cannot actually remember them. Last one I did, we ended up talking quite a lot. And by we I mean me, because I'm the only one here doing the talking. But I kind of feel like I'm asking you guys questions as we go along, so it's almost like a little conversation between us. Today's post that we're going to be starting with was originally posted in the relationship advice subreddit, and it was titled, I think I'm going to break up with my boyfriend, so we know it's going to be a good one. Okay, so this post reads, my boyfriend and I have been together for almost a year, but this issue happened a little before we were dating, and it's been bothering me a little. Before I met him, he had this friend. Let's call her Rachel. Oh, that's my name. I hope I'm not as bad as whoever Rachel is in this story. I cannot imagine it's good. He and Rachel had known each other since they were 15. He told me that the first time he met her, he had a crush on her, but then switched schools and didn't see her until freshman year in college. In high school, they weren't very close because Rachel was kind of unreachable for him, but interesting choice of words. But in college, they began a really close friendship because we live far from campus and we take the bus to school, and they used to sit together all the time. I would love to know how old the person is who's writing this. That's, I think, going to inform a lot, isn't it? I'm sure hopefully we'll get there. From what I know is that in February 2019, he confessed his love to Rachel, and she admitted she liked him as well, but that she wasn't ready for a relationship, and she was hung up with another guy. And in March, he and I started talking. I always saw him from afar and had a crush on him, but he was always with Rachel. Oh, this is... No. I already know this is not going to end well. Just break up with him. I know from the title you're planning to, but I don't need to know any more information. Just break up with him. You never want to be someone's second choice. I know. You deserve better. We began casually dating in May, and everything was going well until my boyfriend told me he had to sit with Rachel on the bus every day now because of something that happened to her. I don't have the full details in this, but from what I understand is that one day on the bus, a guy sexually abused Rachel, and she didn't have any other friend on the bus, so she went out to seek help from him. Let's ignore the poor writing. English might not be this person's first language. That's absolutely fine. I think we can all understand what's being said anyway. Obviously, definitely feel for Rachel here. That sort of thing is surprisingly common. I remember a few years back I made a video that barely got any views, but it was about how there's a lot of countries around the world where it isn't actually a crime for women to be sexually assaulted and harassed and abused on public transport. So there's a lot of men around the world who will do things like masturbate on public transport and leave their semen on women's clothes, their jeans, their handbags, and this for some reason is not a crime and it's not illegal and it's absolutely disgusting. So a woman being harassed or assaulted or abused or, like on public transport, this doesn't surprise me, and it's horrific. And I completely understand why this woman wants a friend that she feels safe with her. I get that. And I completely understand this guy wanting to be with his friend and keep her safe. I'm not going to complain about that. It does complicate things if he's wanting to date someone when he's hung up on this woman and he's got feelings for her and he's apparently in love with her and has been for years. Like, if he's still going through all that and has to be around her, he shouldn't really be dating someone else. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Let's read the rest of it. As the angel he is, obviously he accepted, but I wasn't very comfortable with this arrangement between them. If I'm being honest, I'm a little jealous of Rachel. She's very pretty and seems to be a very nice girl, but as our relationship was very new, I felt insecure about this. Completely understandable, completely. I don't think Rachel or this poster are the bad guys in this at all. I think they're both just doing what they can for themselves. That's absolutely fair. Fast forward, I told him that he wasn't allowed to sit next to her ever again, and that the next day in the morning he needed to choose me or Rachel. He picked me, and I saw Rachel shed a couple of tears, and I felt bad, honestly, but we needed boundaries. So this is where things get complicated. I feel like when I was younger, I would have probably done and said something like this, but as you get older, you realise that boundaries are about what you set for yourself, not other people. You can't really impose a boundary on someone else. So her saying, my boundary is you can't do this, is not fair. However, if she said, hey, I'm not comfortable with you doing this, and if you choose to do it, I'm going to have to step back from this relationship, that's a boundary you set for yourself, This is a tough situation, and I don't know what I would have done in this situation. It's hard. Yeah, I don't know. A couple of months ago, I catch him messaging Rachel asking about her current life status with quarantine and if she was going to go to therapy. And then, there's no actual date of when this was originally posted on my screenshots, annoyingly. But I imagine this was kind of during the lockdown era, maybe like 2021-ish, I'd say. And then a couple of old messages between them, him being grateful about a gift Rachel gave him and him being so helpful with her. I kind of feel awkward about me just taking him away from her, but I feel we need to set boundaries, and for me, Rachel is a potential danger to my relationship given the special bond between my boyfriend and her. Here's the thing. I don't think Rachel's the danger. I think your boyfriend's feelings for her are the danger. It's not her. It's not her fault. And if this is something I've learned. I spent a long time feeling like if I was jealous of people, then that was like my fault and my problem, something I needed to work on, and I was being crazy. And, you know, if I could just like get the person I was with to like stop being around them or whatever, then they'd come around. But and no, I've realized as I've got older, like when I have those like jealous feelings and stuff like that, there's usually a good reason for it. And it's usually because like there are feelings there or there's something like that. And in those cases, like you just want to step away. You can't make someone like you. You can't make someone choose you. You can't stop someone from cheating on you. If they're going to cheat, they're going to do it anyway. Like I remember like I was dating this one guy, and I've told parts of this story before, but I was really jealous about him and this certain friend, and I thought he had like a thing for her, and I was really uncomfortable around her, and I just didn't like her. And he was always telling me I was crazy and and it turns out he was cheating on me the whole time with a different friend that I had absolutely no idea about. One that I was absolutely fine with him being around and spending time with, and he went off on a cycling holiday with her and came back and gave me chlamydia. And that's how I found out about his cheating. So I was worried about the wrong person. I was trying to stop him cheating with the wrong person. I was young when this happened. I was like 20 or something. Maybe 21. I don't know, but I was young. And yeah, going through stuff like that and then getting older and having a lot of really crappy experiences, you realise that people, if they're going to cheat, they're going to do it anyway. And the only thing you can really do is like, if you have those kinds of doubts, then there's, in my experience, probably a good reason for that. I mean, not always, but I think you know yourself, and you know if you're being reasonable and basing these feelings in reality or not, or at least I would hope you do. And I found that like, if I feel like I'm with someone who's going to choose someone else over me, or like if there's even like a risk they're going to cheat on me, there's probably a reason for that, and they're not good enough. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense here. I'm not saying like you have to be paranoid of everyone and cut everyone off, and you, because that's, you know, that's like major anxious attachment issues, isn't it? That's not what I'm saying you have to do. But I'm saying like, when you're with someone who you can trust and who you know genuinely wants you and loves you and cares about you, and you've got that genuine trust between you, like there's none of these worries, you know? Whereas like if you go into a relationship with someone knowing they're hung up on someone else, then you're never going to have a chance to build that genuine trust and connection. And there's never going to be that trust there. No matter what boundaries you set, you're always going to be worrying. You're always going to feel like you're their second choice, because you are. And I just think that, you know, people deserve better. You deserve to be with someone who is your first choice and who you are their first choice, you know? And I think when you are, you know that. And it sets up this like beautiful kind of relationship built on trust and mutual respect. And once you have that, everything else comes easy. If you don't have that strong foundation, like nothing else you do is gonna be strong enough, really. I don't know. Am I making sense? I hope I am. I don't know. We'll see. Now, obviously, I'm just talking very generally, you know, there's always going to be circumstances where it's like, yeah, but what about this? What? Yes, absolutely. There's, you know, I'm definitely talking generally here, and not like, this isn't something that's necessarily going to fit every situation, you know? Right, back to the post. I have thought about apologising to Rachel about what happened and clearing things up with him. He's so great to me that I feel awful about taking his friend away from him. Okay. OP responds to a deleted comment. While I appreciate you siding with me, he's not overly involved in her life. They talk once in a while, and the gift was last year. She wasn't using him for attention. What happened to her is genuine. The guy that did that to her has done it to at least 3 other girls, but I do think he has unresolved feelings for her. Yeah, see, I don't think the problem here is Rachel. Her needing a friend to help her feel safe on public transport is not inappropriate. Them talking a little bit every now and again is not inappropriate. What's inappropriate is, regardless of how much he talks to her or sees her or hangs out with her, he's still got feelings for her. And I don't think you should be getting into a relationship with someone else if you've got unresolved feelings for an ex or someone who rejected you, or just, you know, someone else in general. I think the guy here is the one in the wrong, and if I was this poster, I would definitely be breaking up and walking away, because she deserves better. A commenter said, nor does OP have any obligations to be responsible for Rachel potentially being attacked. Rachel can always ask OP and OP's boyfriend to sit with her instead of only OP's boyfriend. That's true, that is very true. In that case, seeing as OP would be sitting alone on this dangerous bus, what if OP gets sexually attacked instead? OP responded by saying, I've never had to cross words with Rachel, never. I don't sit with my boyfriend, I sit with my brother. Rachel only had him and I took him away. Because of quarantine and online school, he hasn't seen her, but I'm afraid of what will happen when we come back to school. See, that's the thing. If you need to, like, keep someone away from each other, like, physically so they don't cheat, then there's no trust there in the first place. And it's not worth being with them at all. I also don't get why you can't sit as a group, or, you know, have your brother sit with her, you sit with her, and boyfriend and brother sit together. There's options here. I don't know. It all sounds, to my 32-year-old brain, a little juvenile and immature, but that's fine. You are juvenile and immature at whatever college age these people are, so I can't really complain about that. Like, I just think this relationship doesn't sound worth it. If you're so worried and he's so hung up on someone else, just leave him, move on and find someone better. There was a second post posted on the same day. Oh, we've got a date! December 13th, 2020. Here we go. So this was posted on the same day, just 12 hours later. The title of this post was, I need genuine advice on this. I don't care if people here think I'm a bumhole. I know I am, but I want to make things right. You're not necessarily like being a bumhole. You just deserve better. Just don't stay with a guy who's hung up on someone else. So I went asking for advice in relationship advice, and people were either supporting me or crapping me. So I'm asking for honest advice. Last year I met my boyfriend on the school bus. We go to college but live far away and we take the bus there. Not now because we're taking our classes online. I used to see him from afar. He was always with this very pretty girl, let's call her Rachel. So I thought she was his girlfriend, so I never made an effort to talk to him until my brother, who goes to the same school, started talking to him because he wanted to know if Rachel was single. See, you could have brother and Rachel sit together if they're into each other. Anyway, what my boyfriend, let's call him Harry, told him was that he met Rachel when they were 15. He had a crush on her, but he never made a move because she was unreachable. Then he switched schools, blah, blah, blah. We know all this stuff. Later on, he confessed his love to her, and Rachel admitted she liked him as well, but wasn't ready for a relationship. She was hung up on another guy. This was in February 29th. See, she can do it. She's like, I'm not going to start a relationship with someone else while I still have feelings for this other guy. If she can do it, why can't he? Why can't this Harry? Sorry, getting annoyed. In March, we started being friends and began casually dating. In late June, fast forward to September, he tells me he has to next to Rachel on the bus, blah, blah, blah. We know all this. So there goes my bumhole move. After a couple of weeks, I began feeling uncomfortable with them spending time together, especially because it felt like nothing had changed between them, even if they were apart for months. So I told him he needed to choose me or her. The day after that on the bus, he picked me. I saw Rachel shed a couple of tears. I felt bad. Can't erase the image of her off my head. I really thought he'd stop talking to her, but it turns out he was with her through the whole process of her therapy and her pressing charges against the guy. So by December, she gave him this really fancy medical dictionary, but he completely lied to me about how he got it. Oh, so this is new information. I just found out it was a gift from her and plenty of message between them in the last month. I didn't say anything to him, but I know he has unresolved feelings about her. Our relationship is strong, I think, but I feel really insecure about it. People on the subreddits think I should apologise to Rachel because I took her only friend away from her and also made my boyfriend feel bad about helping out a friend in need. Talked to him about it and he gave me Rachel's phone number, but I don't know what to do. My age is 21, boyfriend and Rachel are both 20. Okay, this is some extra information we needed, right? You're young. Of course you're going to be acting a bit immaturely. This is fine. We can forgive that. I'm not going to be that harsh and judgy. But I think you'd have to realise that, like, this is a situation that'll pass. And I think if you're still acting like this in your late 20s and 30s, that's more of a problem. But for now, it's okay to be a little bit jealous and petty while you're figuring things out. What it's not okay to do is to, like, use that as an excuse to keep being crappy. Like, it's a thing where you recognise it and you learn to do better. But don't, like, be harsh on yourself for it, you know? But you can't say that your relationship is strong if he has, and you know he has, unresolved feelings for her. And I think the big problem in what he's doing is the lying. Lying about her giving him gifts, lying about messaging her and how much he's been there for her, and, you know, lying about, like, you know, if he was with her or talking to her. Like, the lies are the problem. That's where you have that lack of trust, that lack of respect. Like, that's not okay at all. This is where I think this guy is a bit scummy. He's clearly, like, essentially using OP for, like, attention and a girlfriend and, you know, all those benefits, while, like, stringing along this other girl that he has feelings for and just waiting until she's ready for him, essentially. He's stringing along OP until the girl he really wants him, and that's not okay. Like, that's absolutely not okay. I think, honestly, both of these women would be better off without him. He sounds immature and untrustworthy, and I don't like him at all. I would say just, you know, get away from it all. Dump him and move on, love. Like, you're young. There's going to be plenty more men out there. Men who aren't hung up on someone else. Men who actually like you for you and put you first and choose you first, you know? Plenty more out there. Never just settle for mediocrity and being second best. Or third or fourth or whatever you are down on the list. There was another update post on the 16th of December, so 3 days later. A couple of days ago, I made a post about me feeling awful about prohibiting my boyfriend from being friends with a girl named Rachel. Like, I'm sorry, but if they were really just friends, he wouldn't feel the need to hide the time spent with her or messages or gifts, right? I don't hide who I'm friends with from people I'm dating because there's nothing to hide. The fact that he felt the need to hide it shows he's feeling guilty and he's not trustworthy and there is something else there. Just anyway, sorry. I know I keep saying it, but this sort of thing makes me quite angry. Many people suggested I needed to talk to him about it, or that Rachel was trying to steal him away from me because they're still very much in contact. I don't think she is. I don't think Rachel's the bad guy here. I don't think she's trying to steal anyone away. I think if she wanted him, she could have him in an instant. I think she's just been through something traumatic and genuinely needs a friend. And this guy is probably using that as an opportunity to stay close to her because he wants something more from her. I don't know, just saying. So I talked to him, and he told me at first when we got together last year, he was still a little hung up on Rachel because he always thought she was the one. Oh, dump him. Dump him right now. And then he said he does speak to her regularly on the phone because he misses her, but he says she isn't the one reaching out to him, it's the other way around. Oh, dump him. Dump him. What? Why can't people just be single for a while? Like, if you've got feelings for someone that are unrequited, don't start dating someone else until those feelings have gone. Do you know what I mean? It's not that hard. Just be single. Stop hurting other people. So I am just so mad at him. Like, he gets to be with me and also talk every day with the girl he thought was the one. That's BS. It is. You are right. Good on you for noticing it and pointing it out. I'm a mess right now and I do feel like I have to break up with him, but at the same time I don't want to do it. But then I remember the cherry on top of the cake. The first one is that he never told Rachel he was dating me. Oh, piece of crap. She thinks we are just friends. And the second one is that he admitted that a month before we started dating, he and Rachel constantly had sex in his car and basically everywhere for an effing month. I'm so mad. I started packing in boxes all the stuff he gave me, and tomorrow I'm going to his house to end things. I hope I'm doing the right thing. What the hell? Yes, dump him. You shouldn't have stayed with him this long. This is so damn messed up. Why? No, why? I hate people like this. No, stop it. This man is crappy as hell. And again, I don't actually blame Rachel here. She clearly didn't know. He lied to her as well. Dodgy as hell. Do not like this. Let's read some of the selected comments. Commenter 1 said in response to this, you definitely deserve to be the one for someone else. He can go back to Rachel. Exactly. Oates said, thank you. I know that them having sex before he started dating me doesn't count as cheating, but it feels like it. It makes me wonder if they were having sex the whole time we were together. Exactly. You're going to be wondering that. And regardless of whether they were having like a physical affair, he at least was clearly having an emotional affair with her and still had feelings, and that's not okay at all. Commenter 2 said, babe, you know it's over. You're looking for a few internet strangers to back you up. I'm happy to be in that gang. Me too. I got your back. Let's talk about good things. It's a holiday season in most places. You have nieces and nephews you're making gifts for, or do you have nieces or nephews you're making gifts for, or holiday cookies? I'm not religious, but I love making those cookies where you do the fancy thing with a toothpick on the icing and it looks all professional. That's cute. There's a world of stuff outside this dude, probably including a better dude. Exactly. Uppy said, I'm happy to have you here. I actually have a little sister. She's 7. Blah, blah, blah. Christmas talk. It's literally Christmas now. I don't know why I'm blah, blah, blahing it, but here we go. I'm a little bit religious, but not too much. We do pray a lot this time of year to be grateful to God and the things he gave us. I know some better dude will come along, hopefully the one, as he says. Oh, another update. December 18th, 2 days later. First of all, I want to thank everyone who gave me advice and encouragement in the past days. After thinking everything and having a long talk with my mum last night, I decided to break up with him for good. Can we get a round of applause for this woman, please, and her mum? Woo! Just break up! Woo! Sorry if this post is incredibly long, but I need to vent my thoughts. Oh, you vent away, love. We love it. Let it all out. Today I went over to his house. We went to one of the gardens of the residential where he lives. I started by saying that until a few days ago I believed he was the best boyfriend in the world and that he'd always been caring and thoughtful and that I really thought our relationship was special, but the feeling was not mutual. See, it's these crappy cheating men who make you think that their behaviour is normal and that, oh, because they do some good things, they're actually a good boyfriend. They're not. If you don't have that solid foundation of trust, if he's not, like, just choosing you over other women, he's not that good. He's not the best boyfriend. You deserve better and you can have better. There are good men out there who will want you and choose you and be there for you, and you will be able to trust them. I told him I can't ignore the fact he lied to me about Rachel and he lied to Rachel about us. Then when he finally got the nerve to speak, he said he told Rachel about us. Too bad, it's a year too late. I can't believe he lied for a year. Who does that? I made it very clear to him that I was not a consolation prize or second best to anyone, and that includes him. We are officially over. Another round of applause, please. We love that. Yes. He apologised for lying to me. Least he could do, right? He understood and accepted my reasons for dumping, and that he was really sorry for leaving me in the middle of all his problems with Rachel. He admitted that it wasn't fair to me and hopes one day I could forgive him, and that someday someone will be crazy about me and will love as I deserve to be loved and respected. Oh, he's still a piece of crap though, isn't he? He's saying all the right things, but if he really thought all this, then why didn't he let her go over a year ago when she could have actually spent time with someone and been with someone who put her first? It's just, his actions are not matching his words, so his words mean nothing. They're hollow. Before we were a couple, we were friends, and he just let out all his complicated stuff with Rachel. I left in the comments mainly for myself, I like to write. He realised he's completely nuts and that he was truly a jerk to me. He promised to work things out with her to stop hurting people along the way, including themselves. Doubt. Believe it when I see it. I also told him that if he told me about what happened to Rachel on the bus, I would have been more than happy to help her. He admitted he had no clue what to do. He looked to her psychologist, talked to her mum, helped her fill a formal complaint to the university authorities. I returned his gifts. I know I didn't have to, but I asked if he was okay for me to sell the expensive gifts he gave me that include a bracelet and rings and donate the profits to a women's shelter that helps women victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. He agreed to this, that someone here kindly suggested. Okay. After a good cry and talking with my mum, I decided to text Rachel. She knew everything now. I kinda still felt awful about what happened on the bus that day. We spoke over the phone. She was great to me, and when I started to apologise, she told me I didn't need to do that. She completely understood where I was coming from. She said that her therapist had already told her it wasn't good for her to depend on him for safety. She knows how to defend and stand up for herself. Right. Oh, I'm glad they're working it out. This is good. This is what we like to see. Women helping other women and sticking up for each other and standing together in the face of crappy men who are using them both. We love this. Women support other women. Stop blaming them if your guy cheats, right? It's not their fault. It's the cheater. Rachel was so furious at him, she kind of figured it out that we were together, and she asked him several times and he was never clear. He tried to take a step back, but he was still there. As I said, Rachel was great and so kind to me. She sent a pizza and ice cream over to my house because she asked what she could do for me. She told me something that stuck in my head. Sex makes everything more complicated. She told me that growing up in a Catholic environment made her think she needed to stick forever to the guy that she gave her virginity to. I told her she needed to break free from that and figure out her stuff with him. Purity culture strikes again. There we go. Messing up relationships again. Isn't that right, Cuckoo? And yeah, this is something that I've discussed a lot in my videos that like criticize fundamentalism and stuff like that and purity culture in general, because I feel like if you only have one partner for life and that works for you, that's amazing and that's beautiful and I'm happy for you. But this idea that you have to only have one partner, and if you have more, then you're somehow doing something wrong or you're sinning, or, you know, people who shame you or act disgusted at that, like that's where the problem arises, because it's better to have multiple partners and be happy than feel the need to stick with one, even if you've made the wrong choice, you know? It's like, let's say I've got 10 mysterious plates of food in front of me, right? And, I don't know, 5 of them are a really nice pasta dish and 5 of them are a shellfish dish, right? I'm allergic to shellfish. But the problem is, if I'm going to eat one of these dishes, I don't know which one I'm getting before I pick it up and uncover it. Like, I just don't know. I can make a good judgment, I can try and have a sniff around, but you don't know until you take the lid off and have a good look, you know? So if I go and pick up a dish and I think it's going to be pasta and it's not, it's shellfish, should I be forced to carry on eating that dish knowing it'll kill me? No, of course not. I should be able to say, oh, no, I'm going to put this dish down and try again for a pasta that I can actually eat and that's going to be good for me and fill me up with food and not kill me and stop me breathing. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with relationships. You can try your best to get a good one the first time if that's what you want, but if it's not working, you shouldn't feel the need to stick with it, because your health and happiness and well-being of both of you is more important. That is the essential thing there. And it's absolutely okay to then go on and try a second dish or a second relationship because you're trying to find the one that is right for you. That is absolutely okay. The post goes on to say, we agreed that we wish we could have been friends because we have a lot in common, but that right now it feels weird. Once again, crappy men ruining good friendships between women. We hate to see it. I'm glad these two talked and sorted it out though. It's really good. I hope Rachel doesn't go back to this guy because he sounds crappy as hell. I think they both deserve better. Thanks again to everyone. I was hesitant to write this post, but even Rachel and my mum told me that it was a good idea to write it down. Rachel even gave me permission to write crap about her. I will not do that, bless her. I'm free. I learned that I should never pursue someone who's clearly in love with another girl, that I have to work on myself a lot to value my worth more, and to never settle for a bad love. I have lots of emotions between happy and angry, but hopefully someday I will see my post and feel good about my decision. Happy holidays, everyone, and remember, emotional affairs are not cool. Thank God, I like that. That's a really good happy ending. We got a couple of little comments to read still, but one of the things I always see is like when we talk about Reddit stuff, there's so many people who are quick to be like, it's fake. It's definitely fake. It's all fake. But I feel like in a case of something like this, it's good to read it as if it's real, because this is a real situation that lots and lots and lots of people go through and are living in every single day. And the fact that it's got such a good resolution and a good message to it, I think is really good, because we can learn from it. We can see like, oh, well, these are the red flags, these are the warning signs, this is what you shouldn't put up with, and this is what you should do. This is how to feel strong and happy and be better in this situation. This is how to get out of this. And I feel like whether or not you think this particular story is real or fake or not, it doesn't matter, because we can learn something from it, and that's the important thing here. So there are a couple of comments. Someone asked, did something happen to Rachel that caused her to be dependent on Opie's ex? Opie said, yeah, she was sexually abused on the bus by someone she didn't know. My ex-boyfriend and Rachel have known each other since they were 15. Their safety issues go way back, to be honest. And at the time, he was the only friend she had on the same time and route. Okay, we knew that. Okay, so we didn't really need that last comment, but there we go. But yeah, that's where I think I'm going to end this one today. I think that was good. That was interesting. I hope we learned something. If you guys have any similar experiences like this that you want to share down in the comments, please tell me your story and let me know. I love hearing from you guys. I like hearing about your experiences. If you've had a situation like this that you handled in a different way, please let me know. Again, it's always good to learn from each other and figure out what the right and wrong things to do in these situations are, because there's no one size fits all, which is fantastic. Which is fantastic to know, of course. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, share it around on social media if you like. And the gameplay in the background, I think, is going to be of a game called Dave the Diver, which I've been really enjoying at the minute. It's super cute, super cozy, even if you are fishing. But the whole like sea people story is really cute, and I like that. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, then I do have a Patreon that you can join for as little as $1 a month, and at the higher tiers you get some really cool exclusive stickers and prints sent out to you every 3 months, which are going to be getting updated next month, I think in the start of January. So if you've already been a member for a while and kind of got all the stickers and prints, they should be sending you new ones out as I update them, I hope. If not, I think you can kind of like stop your membership and start again, and you'll get the new ones sent to you. I don't know, you might need to speak specifically to Patreon about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But we're going to get a new design soon, which I'm very excited about. And otherwise, you can go check out my print store on my website, racheloates.uk, where I've got art and photography prints for sale, which are really damn cute, and I love them. I've just added these adorable new animal photographs that I've been taking, and oh, I love them. They're some of my favourites that I've ever done, and yeah, they're gorgeous. So if you want to check them out, you can do. But for now, thank you so much for watching today. I've got a little grumbly Kubi who needs a snuggle, so I'm going to go see her now. But thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a wonderful week. Bye!